this message is coming in hot. I feel like it is really important for you. For me, it's seasonal, but really it's evergreen. And at the time I'm recording this, it is the week before Thanksgiving 2023. And a number of things have come to my awareness and attention today. And it all just downloaded into an acronym on this doodle scratch piece of paper as I sit here in my bed before I go pick up my kids from school. So I'm sharing this with you before I forget. While it is Krispy Kreme content, I will link to that episode as well. But while it is hot and ready, hot and fresh, I want to talk about how you can think about your spending in this season. Again, anytime, but specifically in this season, because I was just checking my inbox because my little emoji, my mail icon on my phone started counting down, like it was just deleting emails, and I thought that was weird. I've never noticed it before. And so I tapped over to the inbox where I use a different email address rather than my main email address. I use a different email address to opt in for stuff that I'm curious about, but like, will I actually download it? I don't know. Anyway, and so I have a separate inbox for that, and it is out of control. There are just so many emails in general. And so I went in and I was unsubscribing from a lot, but then I noticed so many Black Friday deals. And I was like, I really want to communicate with my people, but I don't actually this year. There's no shade to Black Friday deals and specials and sales and blah, blah, blah. But it's not something I'm doing this year. It's not something I want to email about this year, but I do want to connect with my people and share a podcast episode. And looky, this is the podcast episode that I wasn't even planning, but here it is, because I was also thinking about this morning when I woke up and I picked up my phone. Yeah, I did. And I did check my email, and I saw an email that goes to my main inbox because I really do. I like this creator a lot and respect their work. And I saw an email about a bundle of a bunch of programs from this creator. And I'm like learning in terms of human behavior, personal development, business, wealth building, relationships, like this swarm of topics. That's probably my highest value. It's something I do every day automatically, like learning and consuming information is something that I love to do, and it helps me bibbity bop throughout my day and whatever. So I love investing in specifically education, online courses, things that I can consume and easily sprinkle in throughout my day as I'm doing other things. And I have spent / invested, if you want to go that route, a lot of US dollars on this in the last however many in this decade of being in business. That's another data point I was actually thinking about. What are the benefits to how much I have actually spent and invested, like a house or a Lambo worth, over the years in my extended education and professional development stuff. And I'm not really, with freebies, I might let things collect dust. But usually when I purchase like a course or a program, I listen to it. Like it's entertainment. It's like my Netflix. I do also enjoy actual shows and Netflix and things, but I listen to a lot of content. All that to say, I've spent a lot of money, and yes, it's fine and I can find benefits to it, blah, blah, blah. But also, I'd like to keep more of my money and spend less on programs that honestly I don't need. It is becoming digital clutter. It is backed up. The closet is stuffed over full. I was drawn to this particular creator's bundle. I'm like, ooh, look at all these things for this one special price for this week only. And instead of hopping over and entering my PayPal information, I was like, hang on a second. Do I really? Am I actually going to use this right now? And so I was celebrating that with my best friend. I was like, I just want to acknowledge that I saw a really great, it is a great bundle of a Black Friday deal. And I decided not to purchase it, at least for now. I'm like, look, I have till the end of the month to make this decision. I don't currently really see the need. Like if I really step back and look at it, I don't really see the need. I'm not buying it. So I was celebrating that with my friend. And then as she was reflecting that back to me, like, yeah, we should celebrate this more often. Then I was like, wait a second. There's something here about a process to go through before we make a purchase. And the acronym WAIT came to mind because the first question was why. That I was thinking, like, why do I want this? Why do I need this? Why am I drawn to this? So anyway, WAIT. I came up with an acronym. I know I've taken like 5,000 minutes to get to this point. The acronym is WAIT. And these are questions we can ask ourselves before we make a purchase from impulse rather than executive function or intuition. because there is an impulse. A lot of this, you might convince yourself, oh, it's my gut, but technically your gut is not the same. Like instinct is not the same as intuition, which is like a true and grounded in your heart, kind of your spirit kind of vibe and direction. Impulse is like, it's the FOMO, it's the fear. I need this now. Tomorrow's going to be $100 more. The next day it's going to be $100 more. And while I do appreciate that, I actually do think that's fun as a buyer. If it's something that I want to buy anyway, and I decided ahead of time, not in the heat of the moment, that that was something that was going to be worth an exchange of money for me, then I think that that's okay. I don't necessarily think that those techniques and decision-making needle movers are inherently bad. But if it's becoming a thing and you're spending your money unconsciously, then it's definitely not empowered. You know what I mean? So anyway, here's the acronym WAIT. W is for why. Why do I want this? What's the itch I'm wanting to scratch? What's the void I'm trying to fill? Think about this one. What's the feeling I'm trying to avoid? Or what's the discomfort I'm feeling that I think that if I spend and I buy this thing, that's going to go away. Will it or won't it? Okay, so why? W is for why. A is for what do I already have? So what do you already have access to in your current resources? That's in your library, in your archives, in your hard drives, but also in people, in your network. What do you already have access to that could fill this void or scratch this itch or help you with this particular thing, solve this particular problem? What do you already have? So W is for why. Why do I want it? What am I trying to do here? A is for already have. What do you already have access to that could do the same job? This is very important, what I'm about to say. And it's I for instead. What could I do instead with this money? Because you have now energetically earmarked it. You have energetically set a budget. I remember having a call with someone once, and she was thinking about doing the certification program, which was like $20,000. I'm like, okay, cool. Now you know that you're willing to part with $20,000. What else could you do with that? That would feel in alignment with your current values. So you know that you could, and you're willing to give this person or this business this much money. It could be $20,000, it could be $20, it could be a book or whatever. But you know that now you've energetically, hypothetically parted with that money. What else could you do with that money that would feel even more inspiring? And again, this is just to check. Maybe it is making this purchase, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe that money that you would have spent on this, you want to spend on savings, investment, Christmas vacation, meals for your family, hiring an assistant to actually help you execute and amplify the messages that you already have, as opposed to buying another online course. Think about it. What could you do instead? So W for why, like WHY, A for already have, I for instead, and T for time. So give it some time. If you're just like, I have to do it now, and I'm buying because of urgency, or else I'm not going to get the best deal, blah, 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 blah. Slow down. Give it time. Also, is now the best time? If you really truly want it, could you wait? You can apply these other things. You can try other, again, draw on other resources, try a different approach, whatever it is, and then spread your wings. Or what's the thing about butterfly? If it comes back, it's yours. Is that a Christina Aguilera? I was mixing that with Mariah Carey Butterfly. But if it comes back, it's yours, and that's how you know it's for keeps. Yeah, it's for sure. Okay, what a girl wants. There we go. So T for time. Sleep on it. At least sleep on it. Countdown timers. Again, I've used them in my business. I have mixed feelings about them, but I also know that if it's something that I know I want, I appreciate. Okay, cool. Then I can get a special savings or discount. If it's something I know I do actually want, and I don't currently have something that's filling that bucket, then yeah, I love a good deal. I love savings, but it's not savings if you weren't going to spend the money anyway. So give it time. And on that note, I encourage you to take time today, 5 minutes, to list out the things that you might want to buy that you already knew that you wanted to buy or invest in, whether it's a digital product, whether it's, I was getting a standing desk for my office and a walking pad, and I'm like, I know that these are things, or like skincare that I like, or supplements or something that I know I'm going to buy anyway, and I do buy throughout the year. I'm planning ahead to write it down so that I can get on those email lists so that whenever it's 35% off, then I buy my 4 things of this new sunscreen, for example, that I'm going to try for the year, and I'm all set. And I'm not paying the full retail price that I otherwise would have paid. Okay. Fast and Furious, W.A.I.T. It's an acronym to help you slow the F down and spend more consciously. Again, it's not to say you can't spend it. It's not to say you can hashtag abundance. You can have the money for this, and then great, now you have more expansion and inspiration to create more money and income to be able to say yes. And it doesn't have to be either or, but I feel like a lot of times this mindful spending piece is missing from conversations around money and mindset and such. So now here we go. We've got this acronym, W.A.I.T. Ask yourself, why? What am I trying to accomplish here? What am I trying to avoid or to fill? What do I already have access to that could check that box for me that I just haven't, dug up from the archives? What could I do instead? If I have this energetic budget, what else could I spend it on that would actually feel even more inspiring and true to my values right now? And time. Is this the time? And can I give it more time? I don't have to rush and make this decision now just because this email marketer said so. Okay, tag me if this was helpful to you, because it's definitely helpful to me as someone who does love to invest, like I said, from all things from skincare to digital products. I hope it serves you. Let me know. And make your list. Check it twice so you can plan and feel powerful in your spending, not at the mercy of whatever marketing techniques may be filling your inbox right now. All right, talk to you next time. Okay, technically that was the end of the episode, but since you're still here, 1, I'd love to thank you for spending part of your day with me, and 2, I'd love to ask you if you would take 30 seconds, maybe 60, to leave a rating and review in your podcast app before you tap out today. If you've already done that, it's amazing. Please send me a screenshot so I can thank you personally, and know that sharing this episode with a friend has the same magical powers, and I deeply appreciate both. Also, in case you're listening to the end to see if I ever actually introduce myself, hi! My name is Nikki Elledge Brown. I'm the host and author of Naptime Empires and this here On Her Terms podcast. You can find me around the internet at Nikki Elledge Brown in most places, but what you may appreciate most is actually over at onherterms.com. It's what I call the insider library. It's where you can get inside scoop, first listen rights, email updates every time there's a new episode, and then special insider only bonus content. It's all over in our private feed. Okay, that's a wrap for real. I'll meet you in the next episode.